Hey you guys, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate Chocolate Designs. Please say hi when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you're here, that you're watching tonight. You guys, I hope you're super excited because we did have a new release today of our Peanuts Summer Collection. And if you guys didn't get a chance to see this, if you are currently a Perks member or a designer, then you're also going to get free shipping on $75 orders, which is amazing. And if you want to join Perks because you haven't yet and get that 30% discount, you also get a free transfer and surface bundle right now that's exclusive just for those new Perks members. So you guys, here in just a second, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. When you type in this keyword, you're going to get a supply list from me of all the things that we're using to make this project tonight. And this one right here, we're going to dedicate to all of you guys who have pets that you love. For all of our pet lovers out there, you guys know I have a dog named Willow. She is my best friend. She's the coolest dog ever. She's the most well-behaved. She's the best dog I've ever had. She is just the best. And I just love her. So I think this project is going to be fantastic. So dog is our keyword for tonight. You guys type that in there as I'm pulling up this video. If you see her live up here right now, you are catching me live. I am feeling much better than I was yesterday. Still not 100% yet, but we're getting there. Every day getting a little bit better than I was the day before. So hopefully back to 100% before we go up north this weekend to visit John's mom, because I do not want to take anything up there that could even possibly potentially make her ill. So yeah, here we go. You guys, let me know in the comments too what your plans are for Memorial Day weekend. I'd love to hear them. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hello, Kathy. Hi, Leanne and Roseanne and Wendy. Hello, Joanne and Joni. Hi, Ruth and Florian. Hi, Cammie. Hello, Pam. Hey, Lisa Marie. Hello, Holly and Wendy. Your puppy, Mia, is not feeling well right now. Oh, no. Girl, pumpkin. Give her some pumpkin puree. That helps with an upset tummy if that's what's going on with her. Hi, Wanda. Hello, Connie and Teresa. Hello to all of my friends. Hey, Dale. There's Dale joining us tonight. Thank you so much, Lisa Marie. I'm digging stuff out of my closet that I've had for years, and I love it. And it's finally warm enough out. At least today it was. It's going to get back down to the 60s tomorrow again. Dog is that keyword. Hi, Tammy. Hello, Sandy and Connie. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Linda. Hello, Sandra. Hi, Jackie and Christine. Hi, Barb and Brenda. Wow. So many people on tonight. I love this, love this, love this. So listen, we are going to be combining two different transfers tonight to make this project that we're going to do. Thank you so much, Lynn. I miss you too, Noemi. You have to catch the replay, girl. Go to bed if you need to go to bed. I completely understand. It is late here. We are late night crafters here on my page. Graduation open house ceremonies. There's a lot of those going on. What did I just do? I just lost my video and everything, you guys. And all my comments. Oh, no! I went backwards. All right, I'm going to lay out some paper here while I try to get back to where I was. Because somehow I pushed a button and I lost everything. I think I just saw Frankie jump on there. Hello, Frankie and Tammy. Dog is the keyword. All right, we're going to lay out some paper here. Let me see if I can get back to doing exactly what I had done before to get your comments going, you guys. Hi, Karen. Hello, Crystal. It's always something, I tell you what. Always something going on here. Hi, Sissy. It was in the upper 70s over here by Detroit today. Dale, it was like 83 for me up here in Flint. It was so awesome. No plans for you. Oh, make some plans, girl. Go out and visit somebody. Have a bonfire. At least cook some hot dogs. You gotta have hot dogs and hamburgers on Memorial Day weekend. Hi, Roxanne. All right, you guys, so here's what we're going to do. We've actually got two surfaces we're going to work with tonight. One of these just came from the Dollar Tree. This is just a simple wooden plank board from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and pull the sticker off the back here. We're going to paint this, and then we're going to combine this surface with another that I found at Hobby Lobby, you guys. This is in the wood pile section. It's simply a dog bone. Thank you, Carol. Your hair looks great too, by the way. It was in the 90s. Yes, you guys, it's supposed to rain tonight, and then the temperature is going to drop right back down to being cold again. And you all know I don't like the cold. This is the first time I've had a tank top on in forever, and it looks like it's going to be the last time I get to wear one for a while. 83 in Arizona. That's not too bad for what you guys have had lately, Pam. And you guys, my pool is almost crystal clear. I have been working on that. Needs a couple more days of some bright sunshine, and then the pool is going to be crystal clear and done and ready for the kids to go swimming as soon as it's warm enough. You get clothes you can't wear away. I have been saving mine in hopes that someday I will be thin enough to wear them again. And so I'm digging out my old boxes, and now I want to get rid of all my bigger clothes because I don't ever want to fit into those again. Ah! Oh, thank you, Cassie. Hi, Diane. All right, you guys, we're going to use two different colors of Waverly chalk paint tonight. One of them is called Crimson. It's a red color. And the other one is Snow White. I think I put Snow Owl on the supply list, though, because I thought that's what it was called. It's Snow White, you guys. Snow White and Crimson Red. So let me open these. Hopefully I can get... There's always, like, crumbs on the top of my jars. Always. Ooh, and this one's almost empty. I need to get another Crimson. All right, so we're just going to grab a paintbrush. You're going through your stuff right now. I have so many shirts. I have 2 drawers full of shirts, most of which I've created here on my page over the last 4 years. And you guys, I need to go through and get rid of some. I have way too many. 2 drawers full. They are double stacked, and I can't see the stuff on the bottom anymore. And then I keep wearing the same stuff over and over again. Snow White in the 7 dwarf wearing Crimson. Yeah, pretty much. Husband's birthday was last Friday. My birthday is Friday. We're celebrating. Ooh, yay, Crystal! How awesome! All right, you guys, Crimson Red is what we're going to do on this plaque here. I called it a plaque. This wooden plank board from the Dollar Tree. I always start off by painting my sides first. This makes it easier to hold my board while I paint the sides, because it's really hard to paint it while your board is laying down. You need to hold it up. You just gotta hold it up. So I did take Evan today. We played hooky. The 2 of us played hooky today, and I thought that the trampoline park that he wanted to go opened at 10, and we ended up leaving the house at like 11:30 or so, to a little bit after 11 to go to the trampoline park, only to get there and find out that they don't actually open until noon. Hi, Linda. And I do like it there because they've got these massage chairs. They've got like 20 of them for the adults to sit in and just kind of relax. Of course, that's an extra charge to do that. But that way your kid can jump and you can relax and have a massage while you're in there. And so we ended up killing a half an hour of time by going to a restaurant and having lunch together. And had a whole little mother-son date today while I let him have a day off of school. And he just, we had so much fun. And the place was so empty because most kids are in school that there were literally, you guys, less than, well, it started off with just Evan and one other kid for the first half an hour in the entire park. And then by the time that we left there, it was like Evan and maybe 6 other kids. So he got to run around and do all the things that he wanted to do. No lines for anything. He did the zip line thing probably a dozen times, and made some new friends and just had a blast. So definitely was a good day to spend with Evan today. And then Allie had so much fun at her trip too. She went on a school field trip today to Splash Village in Frankenmuth, which is a big indoor water park hotel place, and the school was able to get the entire hotel all to themselves. Like the whole water park all to themselves today, which is pretty cool. All right, you guys, we're done with our Crimson Red. I did put water in my jar. Oh, I thought I didn't. Husband's birthday was next year is our 50th anniversary. Oh my gosh, Carol. So mine and John's is coming up. Like, we've been together on June 9th is going to be 15 years that we've been together. 6911. 6911 was the day that we sat down on the couch together. We were watching a movie, and I'm like, we need to define this. So, are we like, will you be my boyfriend? And we've been together ever since. Alright, I'm going to give this a quick dry just so that I don't accidentally put my hand in it while I paint the other one. You do want to make sure that this is nice and dry before you put any transfers down on it though. June 19th of your 55th, 6/15/77. Hi Brenda, hello Linda. Hello to everybody jumping on right now. So before you put a transfer down, you do want to make sure that this is nice and dry. Oh, thank you, Amanda. I hadn't seen that yet, but I will get that mailed out for you first thing tomorrow, okay? I'll get that label put on there and I'll drop that off before I even go before I go home from dropping the kids off. All right, and even though you can still see the grain on this, I think that it's just we're just gonna leave one coat because you're really not gonna see a ton of this. 62 years, holy moly! That's awesome! Married for 17 and together for 19. Girl! That's you guys, that's 44 years in July. Holy moly, Christine. Congratulations to all of you guys. That's a lot. I'm sitting here thinking 15's a lot. And I saw the Facebook post today that said 10 years ago today, 10 years ago today was the day that we closed on our house. When we bought this house together and we closed on it and we got the keys, it was 10 years ago on this day. And I'm like, wow. Wow, I can't believe it's been 10 years since we bought this place. All right, I should have done all my edges first. I know better, and then here I am just kind of willy-nilly in it. If my parents were still alive today, it would be their 69th. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't even think my parents made it to 10. And then they divorced, and the only reason that my mom remarried, she had been with this guy, and the guy that she's still with today, she had been with him for years. Let me think here. Almost 10 years before they got married. And the only reason that they got married was because she worked at a tuxedo place. And she found a wedding ring in one of the tuxedo pockets. And after a month, nobody came to claim it. And so they told my mom that she could keep it. And so she came home with this wedding ring and she's like, I guess we're getting married. And that's to my stepdad. They've been together ever since then. They've been together since I was 4. And married since I was, well, it was the day before my 12th birthday when they got married. "45 years in October. Wow. That's a long time. All right, you guys. I'm just trying to get in these grooves of this thing because there's quite a bit of little grooves in this dog bone here. And we might have to go over this thing twice just to make sure we get it good and painted because this is the one that our transfer is going to go on. My dad never remarried. Yeah, definitely need another coat on here. That didn't, you guys, I even tried to close my vent just so things wouldn't dry quite so fast today, but it's still drying fast. I hope that someday John and I make it to 55 years. Hold on a second, though. Yeah, it's possible. I think. He'll be 85. He was 30 when we met. 26 years of life. If my father was still alive, my parents would have celebrated 56 years in April. That's a long time. I'm trying to figure out, can somebody do the math for me in my head? I am doing better. Not still 100% yet, but I'm doing better. Thank you, Delia. Thank you. Can somebody do the math for me? Because my grandfather married my grandma when he was 15 years old. 15, you guys. He was 15 when he got married to my grandma. She thought he was 19. He's a little trickster. And she passed away early, but I'm just wondering if she hadn't passed away, and I don't remember how old she was when she passed away, but he lived to 73. So what's 73 minus 15? See, I can't do that and paint at the same time. Can somebody give me the answer? Secret is he lives downstate, LOL. No. No, girl, you gotta move down here. You keep talking about it, and then we'll be neighbors. You keep talking about it. We could go to Hobby Lobby all the time and get our exercise in. You've been married 53 years. Wow, Della. Congratulations to you. Yes, 15 years old when he was. Yes. That was when your mom was 16 when she was married. 23 and my mom and dad would have been married for 62 years. Yeah, you guys, so there's a story there for you. My grandfather was orphaned when he was about 11, okay? On his own, orphaned at 11. He falsified documents and joined the military when he was 15. Or no, when he was 14. And met my grandmother while he was in the military. She got pregnant with my dad and they got married. And it wasn't until a couple of years into their marriage that she found out that he had lied about his age. He did what he had to do to survive. And back then, you guys, they didn't have all these fancy computer things to be able to check your birth certificate and your identification. So 58 years. Thank you, Teresa. They would have been married 58 years. Wow. And they stayed together until my grandma passed away. I know, right? She was 18. And she thought he was 19. But he was only 15. The kind of things that happened back then in the day, you guys. But he had to do what he had to do in order to be able to survive, you know, because what can you do as an orphan at 15 years old in Arkansas? He moved up here to Michigan, joined the military, met my grandma, and the rest is history. 6 kids later. I know, right, Cassie? They stayed together their whole lives. 6 kids. I can't even count how many grandkids, you guys. And that's I want that. I want to be together. I want to stay with John my whole life, you guys. He's an amazing man. Absolutely amazing. All right, we got these 2 done. I am going to need to turn this thing on. Okay. Mom and Dad would have been married for 66 years. Hi, Tanya. What was that? Grandfather ran away from the adopted family when he was 12. Lived on his own at that age. Lied to go to the military, World War I. Same, girl. I don't know, Lynn. I really don't know. I mean, how could they couldn't get his parents' permission. They were both deceased. Things were way different back then. Way different back then. You are so right, Amanda. All right, here we go, you guys. This is our placard that we're going to end up putting this thing on. We're going to start with this piece here, though. Now, we painted this. It is plenty dry now. I've made sure that this is totally, totally, totally dry. Because we do not want to do our chalk paste on here just yet. So we're going to use 2 different transfers. We're going to use this one here. It's upside down. This one's from our Disney collection. It's Pluto. And it says, I love my dog and like 3 people. And then we're also going to use this one here that says pets are people too. And I'm going to show you guys how we're going to combine these 2 transfers. Because I love combining transfers. I think it's really fun. I think it's really fun. So we're going to start off here with just Pluto. Just Pluto. And normally I would wax my surface first, but because we're going to paint him in, I don't want to wax it first, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to give this a... So, Leanne, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get married or not. Because in the eyes of everything, we already are, even though we're not. Like, you know, everything is together. We're together. I don't know. For a while there, it was easier for us to not be, because I was able to get more help, especially when it came to childcare for both of us to work. Now we don't need that help anymore, and I'm able to get his insurance even though we don't, because we've been together for so long. So, I mean, maybe someday, but if so, it'll just be a courthouse and a party in our backyard. I did not finish the project from the cutting board from last night. No, I spent time with Evan instead today. I will work on it, but I did not get it done today. All right, so we're going to put Pluto here. Oh, I was hoping he was going to fit right there. I thought he would. Hold on, we got to change this up just slightly. Just slightly. I want him to fit on here all the way, which means we've got to move him over just a little bit. That should work right there. Right there. And let me look at this. All right. So exactly right, my question in there. What is Goofy, you guys? If Pluto is the dog, what exactly is Goofy? Is Goofy also a dog? And how come Pluto is the pet and Goofy's not? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Okay, we're going to use a vanilla paste, and we're only going to do Pluto to start off with, okay? This is going to give us our outline, but we want to use a color for our outline that is somewhat going to fade into the background of this, so that when we paint it in, and then we put our transfer back down and do the outline of this, we want the original outline to somewhat match the background, but still stand out enough that we can see where our colors need to go. So let's say you're going to do a red shirt. You're going to want to use a red of some kind to ink that before you color it in. If you're doing a red background, I would use red paste so that if it's not lined up perfectly, it just kind of blends into the background. So I'm going to use vanilla. And again, we're only going to do Pluto here. And only the parts that have to be colored in. So like Pluto himself. And then the vanilla will pretty much just kind of fade into the background of where the white's at if we don't line this up perfectly. And for those of you who are Disney fans, I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit of help with your color choices. I'm trying not to get his tail or those flowers either, because that'll help me with not having to line it up perfectly later. Oh, I'm missing comments. Y'all. Hi, Jenny. I am doing better today. Still not. Thank you, Crystal. Goofy's the human dog. The human dog. I am feeling better today, but still not 100%. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and just pull this up. I feel like I'm going to need something over on this side over here. So we might just do like, I don't know, some extra flowers or something over there. Or maybe I can make something else work. We'll see. Maybe we'll put, I don't know if I have any feet. Or a heart or something. I don't know. All right, you guys, so you should be able to see where Goofy's at. But he's not so bright. You just want to be able to see where his outline is to be able to paint in his colors, okay? So we're going to dry this up really well, and then we're going to start mixing some colors together. Again, I did not wax this first, because if you wax it first, and when you water down your paste to color in, it is not going to stick to the surface, okay? At least not as well. And yes, normally I am cold, but today it was warm outside, and I still, even though it was warm outside, I had my jean jacket on for most of the day. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 3 different colors tonight. You guys, I should have also had... We need a pink of some sort too, and I didn't think about the pink. And I think we're gonna use Peachy Keen. We're gonna use Peachy Keen. Oh yeah, spray my transfer. Thank you, because we're gonna have to wash that and use it again. So I definitely want to spray that down. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna use Peachy Keen, even though I didn't have it in the supply list. We're also gonna use some Candy Apple because it kind of matches that backboard there. Bumblebee, and just a smidge of Bark. Because to me, Pluto is not the same color as Bumblebee. We're going to mix those colors together just a little bit. Grab some paintbrushes, and we're going to paint this guy in. Right now, anthropomorphic dog. He's a human dog with human trait. Oh, did you look that up? What allergy meds am I taking? Today the only thing that I took was a squirt of Flonase up my nose. That was it. That was all I did. The bone was from Hobby Lobby. All right, so we're going to grab a color tray here. And these color trays are on sale, you guys, if you don't have any color trays yet. And a couple of stir sticks. And we're going to need a bit of this yellow to color in Pluto. It doesn't take a lot, though. You asked Alexa. I love that. It's not going to take a lot. And then we're going to take the smallest little bitty dab of the bark, you guys. Just because this, to me, I did not use the neti pot. I was so bad yesterday. I should. I know that I should. I do know that I should. All right, so bark paste. And when I say a little dab, I mean, you guys, I'm putting literally that much on my stir stick. Betsy, I really don't know what all colors are currently on sale because they just put more of them in the sale thing right now. I would have to check this site. I don't know off the top of my head. So just a smidge of that bark, and we're going to mix that together. And I mean, you guys, just a smidge. And we can always add a little bit more if we want to add more. But it's going to turn this into a little bit more of a mustardy color and not so much that bright bumblebee. I do think I want a smidge more bark. Let's try this. Oh, that's better. That's better. So now instead of bumblebee, we have, and you guys, I hope you can see the difference. It's just a darker tone of yellow with that small little bit of bark in there. Let me hold them up next to each other. And I think that this is just going to be a better color to color Pluto in. So there's the bumblebee in the jar. And there's the bumblebee that's been mixed with just a little bit of bark to make it slightly darker. A little bit of bark. Make sure you put the right caps in the right jars. It's bumble bark. Yes, it's bumble bark. I wouldn't use espresso. I think espresso is going to be too dark if you guys are considering espresso. Unless you use a teensy tiny amount of espresso. All right, I'm trying to find some small paintbrushes here. We want to use the little ones. And we're going to start painting in blue Benadryl. I will try that. Yes, I can try that. It just, yeah, it does. It just takes the brightness out of it. And to me, Pluto is yellow, but he's not that seriously bright yellow that you're going to find just with Bumblebee. And I did not water down my paste this time. And we're just kind of following the lines that we already created and coloring it just like you do a color page. So you just need to stay within the outline of it. And I think this is going to turn out super, super, super cute. So I'm going to concentrate here for a second so I don't mess this up. Because there are some areas where I don't want to get this paste. I don't want to have yellow in his eyes. And I also don't want to go outside of my lines. Oh, I hope I was supposed to paint there. Once we get the outline back on here, you guys will see the magic of doing it this way. Hi, Kathy. I feel like I almost grabbed too big of a paintbrush. And I want to avoid his collar. Oh boy. And just stay within those lines. All right, you guys bear with me a second while I get him all painted in. I feel like all of, yeah, this should be yellow right there. All of this should be yellow right there. The rest of this should go pretty smoothly. That part was a little bit detailed. All right, now his body's going to be the easy part. Yeah, I should have grabbed a small angle brush. I have so many paintbrushes that I just kind of grabbed the smallest one. And it's hard for me to pick one from another because there's so many. And I do want to smooth this out as much as I possibly can too. I don't want big chunks of paste in here. And we just need to fill in from the outline. Definitely will grab a small angle brush to do that collar though. And that tongue. Okay, there's his belly. All right, I think his body's done. All right, so we've got his body all done. Look at that color, you guys. Oh, I think that turned out great for his color. I'm going to try to put a second coat on here just really quickly in a couple of spots where it looks light to me. Where it's drying too fast. But that difference in color will also give it a little bit more character. All right, there's that part. We've got our yellow in there. Adding that little bit of brown is just really going to make that color stand out nicely. Let me see if I can find a small angled brush. Here we go. We'll go with this one. And we'll do this one right here first. That's not angled, but we'll do that one for that. All right, so red, candy apple red for his collar right here. And I'm just using this right out of my jar. You could add water to it if you wanted to. It might make it a little bit easier to paint if you do. But it also might run a little bit more if you've got too much water in there. All right, and then we're going to do the pink for his tongue. All right, I would say he's all colored in now. Okay, so there's our Pluto all colored in. Just like that. To see if I've got any dog charms or anything, because I got an idea. Oh, or maybe we could do that. Oh, maybe. Oh, we'll have to see. All right, let's get this nice and dried up. Now, this is the point. Again, make sure it's really, really, really dry. I hear you, Pam. Because if you try to lay had your CT scan yesterday, hopefully the results are good. Have no idea how long. Oh, girl. I don't know how long that takes either. Hopefully not too long. Waiting for results is hard. All right, we've got that nice and dry. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our transfer back over here. And we're going to clean this very, very quickly, you guys. Really easy to clean. We're just going to grab some water. Spray that down. And then use our board eraser on the top. To get all of that paste off the top, and then flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing on the bottom side, the sticky side. And we're going to remove all of that paste from the sticky side of our transfer. Now when we do this, it loses its stickiness. It becomes not sticky again, but as soon as that transfer dries, all that adhesive comes right back. So these are reusable. You can put it back on your backer sheet, use them over and over and over again. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. How you looking, Pluto? Just hold that up to a little light and make sure you got all of that off of there. Looks great. And we're just going to use our fuzzing cloth and we're going to give this a good dry real quick. Something just fell and I don't know what fell. Story of my life. All right, I'm going to blast this baby with just a little bit of heat too. Just to dry that up. Not too much heat though, because you can melt your transfer. And there we go. All right, so now that this is ready to use again, we're going to bring this back over here, and now we're going to use our surface wax on top. And the surface wax is going to act as our barrier between the paint that we just put on here and the adhesive on our transfer, okay? So we're just going to wax right over Pluto. Just like so, a small little layer of wax. And then after we wax Pluto, we're going to take a buffing towel of any kind, and we're just going to buff all of that wax right back off. That's why it's really important that you've got this dry. If it's not dry enough, you might accidentally, you guys, spread all of your color into areas that you don't want. All right, here we go. Now we're just going to line this back up, refuzz it first, and we're going to try to put him right back where he was. And it should be fairly easy to do, because you can see where your lines where your lines were at before. You guys, I think I've got them pretty darn perfectly right there. I'm not going to do the words on here. I'm just going to do Pluto. And the little bone and the greenery pieces that are around him as best as I can with black velvet. Okay, this is where the whole thing comes to life. So black velvet paste over top of everything that we just did. Again, avoiding those words. I don't want the words here. Not on this piece. Get that tail right down to that edge. I missed a spot on his nose. All right, let's lift this up. Oh my goodness, you guys, here's the magic right here. Here's the magic, because when you pull it off, look at how perfect he looks. is fantastic. I love our little Pluto. Oh, I love our Pluto. I think he looks so good. What do you guys think? All right, I don't want to rinse that off just yet because we're still going to use the other parts of this. Now, my hands are black. Isn't he amazing? The transfers do all the work for you. They really, really do. The hardest part is just getting the colors to match right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab this other piece here. We're going to set that one aside for a second. We're going to grab this other piece. I'm going to move this paper out of here, though, you guys. And we're going to grab our other transfer. Oh, you know what? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Not ready for that yet. All right, so this is going to go right on here like this with Pluto. And we're going to put the words right there in the center. Okay, the I love my dog is going to go right up here on the top. Oh, I didn't wax it. I should wax it first. I didn't wax this board. Isn't that awesome? Eek! That's how I keep getting black on my hands. Yes, you can do the same concept with ink on a shirt, but you do want to make sure that when you're doing ink on a shirt, that your first coat is the same color as your shirt, or at least close to it. Because if it's not lined up exactly, then you're going to see that your undercolor where you don't want it to be. All right, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 is about the center point. We're going to go right there. I love my dog. Right here on the top. Pull that straight up. Oh! And then down here, right below it, we're going to put the other words, and like 3 people. And that bone's going to fit right in between the two. Oh, I love when it turns out. Okay, so we've got our words now on here. I love my dog and like 3 people. And then we're going to use this other transfer here that says pets are people too. And we're just going to use the stuff that's on the bottom here to create a border. So let's cut that part off of there. And the one piece on here that I don't want though is the fish. There's fish on this thing. And I don't think that we need fish for a dog one. This is primarily for dog lovers, I think. So we're only going to use this side of it. Okay? From that fish bone on. I did not, Brenda. I took my son out today and then spent the day trying to get caught up on other things. I know some of you guys are asking for some finished projects. I got those bubble wrapped today. I got a lot of laundry done. I still have more bubble wrapping to do tomorrow. I got some things shipped out today. I got an order in with some things that I needed to mail out to people. I got a lot done, but it was just all behind the scenes stuff. And what didn't include that, unfortunately. All right, so we're just going to go, let's see, right here next to these words. And we're going to start repeating the pattern. Oh, shucks. Oh, I don't like when I drop my squeegee in. We're going to start repeating the pattern right around this. And with any luck, I won't have to, wash my transfer. And we're just going to do this quickly. So we got a dot. We're going to pull it up. Yes, I still have napkin bundles available. I sure do. I've still got quite a few of them available, actually. Now I realize I'm not centered. And we're just going to keep kind of repeating the pattern. Heck, let's do this one up here. And I'm just putting my piece through and then giving it a good pull. And being as careful as I can with it. And trying to keep it as even as possible. This one went a little bit crooked. Not too bad though. Thank you, Kathy. I'm still not 100%, but I'm getting there. All right, let's do 2 on each side, too. Just to kind of frame this in a little bit. I'm going to start over here. Let's see how many times we can use this transfer and get it to turn out perfectly. So far, we're at 5. Still good, you guys. Six. No, I lifted it. Shucks. Ever so slightly right there, I lifted it. Messed up one paw. This is 8 times, you guys, without cleaning it. And we just did that entire border. Oh, thank you, Carol. I try really hard to keep up with everything for you guys, but honestly, if anybody ever sends me a message and asks me for help, I pretty much drop what I'm doing at any point in time and get on my computer to help. And it does slow me down a little bit, but I'm happy to do it because that's what I'm here for, you guys. You made 2 shirts. Yay! I am here first and foremost, you guys. I'm a mom. And I'm a wifey to John. And second to that, I'm here for you guys. Okay? Family first. Your needs are second. So just, I do everything as best as I can and what time I've got. Yes, Lynn, and I sent a message to the CEO of the company asking about that darn green sticker, and she had no idea, and she was going to get back with me, but I mute that chat. Thank you, Annette. I mute that chat, so, yeah. I didn't go back on there and check it yet, but I will. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, see, and if I don't get a hold of you like right back, it's probably because I'm cleaning my pool and I can't drop the skimmer. Or I don't know, I'm bathing my dog and it's not exactly a great time for me to like make her sit and stay in the tub. That doesn't happen, you guys. It just doesn't happen. It's always something like that, and I'm back with you as quickly as I can. Lynn, I'm just waiting for a message back from our CEO, Michelle. Oh, you guys, I love how this looks. I still feel like we need something over here. I'm just not quite sure what it's going to be yet. But I do think this is super cute. All right, we're going to use some stick fast glue and some hot glue on here at the same time and glue these two pieces together. So my hot glue is just, actually, I want to use stick fast first. My hot glue is just going to be my temporary glue for this. And the stick fast is going to be the more permanent to make this stay. Now you don't want to mix the two glues. Hi Janice. So we're going to put our stick fast in the middle. I mean on the edges. And then come back in with our hot glue right here. And we're just going to, this is going to be our temporary to hold until that stick fast sets up. Which it does relatively quickly. And we can just lay this right down there on the center. A key holder, that would be awesome, or a leash holder. Joanne, that's what this is gonna be. Joanne, you're brilliant. You are brilliant, my friend, because you know what? I have a hardware box. I have a couple of hardware boxes. And in my hardware box, I actually have little white hooks where you could put that right on there, and that could be to hold the leash on the... Oh, Joanne! You say distress the edges a little bit so it's not quite so white on that bone. You could do that because most bones, let's be honest, you guys, are not completely solid white. That's the truth. I hear you, Amanda. I agree with that completely. I want those to come back in because I got a few that I want to use. All right, you guys, the light distressing on here. Light distressing on here. Hold, please. What do I want to use? I want to use archival ink because we don't want to have a dark distressing. So let's just go with a light colored archival ink. This one is Vintage Photo. Because I do agree with that. Let's test this color though and see if this is the right one or if I want to go with a darker one. No, this should work. Just ever so slightly, yes. Not a ton. It kind of just gives it a little bit of texture doing that. Almost like the bone sticks out even more. There we go. So Joanne has given us the finishing touch on our project since we had the empty space I wasn't expecting. So let me grab, y'all, I need my power tools. I love the power tools. I love when we get to work with power tools. So we've got our drill bit. We only need a small drill bit. We don't want one that's too big. I think we're going to go with this one. We just need a starter hole. Pretend like that didn't happen. And we're going to put a little hole here right in the middle. How many dogs do we want? How many dogs? Just one dog, right? Love my dog. It only says dog. You just need a little pilot hole. And then we can take this thing here. Hopefully my pilot hole is big enough. Nope, I need a bigger drill bit. I need a bigger drill bit than that. Hopefully this one's not too big, but this is the next size up from the other one that I used. Okay. This will work. You can just screw that right down in there. Joanne for the rescue. Oh, no, Linda. I just got my own tools because I don't dare borrow John's. I have Ryobi. He has Milwaukee. There we have it, you guys. Our little dog leash holder. What a great idea. Oh, but wait, there's more. Because you still have to hang this on the wall, right? I feel like I should have done this first. Because we can also put a hook on the back of this. A little gator hook or a little sawtooth hook. Let's go with the black ones instead of the gold ones. This way it'll hang. I'm going to put my fuzzing cloth down. That way that can go into that a little bit. Why did I do that? Y'all. I need all my pieces now. So to complete it, you guys, probably not, because it's like it's got the clips on it. So once you do, so with this one right here, because it's got the like these on it, if it's not completely balanced, then you just move it over to a different one and it tends to self-balance. But maybe because you're going to hang a leash on it. Oh, I could do that. That's a good idea, Carolyn. Y'all, I'm trying to multitask here. Doing that. Hold on. I need both hands to pull that out of there and to put my drill bit on. See, I have all the things. I probably need the pointy one. There you go, Sissy. Get all pink tools. I actually have some pink tools too. Like, my screwdriver is pink. My hammer is pink. Oh, darn it, those screws are not magnetic. I was hoping that they would be. Don't tighten it all the way down at first. And I heard you when you said to move this over, and then I just didn't. Once you get them both in, you finish tightening them. There we have it, you guys. With the hook on the back so that it'll hang. I think that turned out fantastic. Joanne, you had a fantastic idea. I love it, you guys. We now have a little leash hanger for our pups, or a collar hanger. So fantastic that you can put on your wall, right inside your door, and just have that hanging right there with your leash right on there. Pink and purple tools will stop your husband and boys from using them all the time. I get that, girl. I get that. Evan's probably going to borrow my pink ones because he knows it'll get in trouble if he takes Dad's. So there we have it, you guys. I love my dog and like 3 people. Hope you guys enjoyed this project. Love how it turned out. Super, super cute. And you guys, I'll be back again tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern time. Y'all, if you didn't see this before, orders of $75 or more right now, if you're a Perks member, you're going to get free shipping. Free shipping all weekend long. And if you're not yet a Perks member and you want to know how you can get a 30% discount, then you can join Perks right now. And you're also going to get a free exclusive surface and transfer with your membership right now through the 27th. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys back here soon. Love you all so much and appreciate you. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.